hoping to see something special out of the Viperio boys, basically in what could potentially be their last game. If it is going to be the last game for one of these, well, it definitely is for one of these two sides, but potentially even both, why not go over bang?
Yeah, absolutely right. You want to bring a banger game, and obviously a lot to learn, really, especially on the Viperio side, as we've said, getting into the more international European stakes-based tournaments can be a bit tough for teams of this caliber. So that's why, we like the national championships as a concept, but being reinvented, maybe coming to a close entirely, that's above our pay grade at this point. But for now, it's being put on hold. I can say that for sure. Rebels, meanwhile, yeah, I maybe expected them to do a little better in the ECLs, and as you say, creeping into Pro League and whatnot, they have looked relatively good. So the fact that they're down here towards the bottom is somewhat of a surprise. Lovely opener for Regan. Casey trying to trade things back up, but it's just not quite enough. Only one frag from him. Looking very good here from Viperio with the burst out on towards A. Kisarek alone. He's been spotted. He's now in a gunfight, trying to just close this gap, deal with the players in on the bomb site. Go for that Hail Mary. Pulls the Julies down on the recoil. Clearly a master of dual wield, but cannot get any more going. MMS will see him off.
Not bad. Nice and easy. Simple start. I think as well for Viperio, this is kind of, about confidence. They 13-2 Sampi. I mean, Sampi are no joke of a team. We saw them, day one, game one for us here on the A stream against Alternate Attacks. They went the full distance against what is a pretty solid Alternate Attack side. And Viperio to be beaten 13-2. A lot of that confidence seems to have come hand in hand in towards their second game of the day. Opening pistol goes their way. Good money as well means a good buy. Got a triple Galil setup, an AK in the hands of Pandito. Zodi got himself a Mac 10. It's a stacking towards mid for Rebels. Not expecting a lot here. Seems like they've kind of misread the situation. Once again, Viperio are going to test towards A. However, the CT pack are rotating in this direction.
Could get a little interesting. You would assume in favor of Viperio, but they might get caught, in transition, nades in hand, etc. It's actually a team kill that comes in, but look at the flurry of frags. So hard to keep up with. But the team kill does make all the difference, to be honest. It's only 2 kills across 4 Rebels. But a 1 versus 2 when the dust settles and a low HP Mango could get very awkward. They bail out quite well, get the bomb down. That's where it gets difficult for Olymp, really. He doesn't have, obviously, any support, but he doesn't have any utility, doesn't have any information. He's just going to have to go charging in, making all the noise in the world on this one. Smoke goes down. They'll give it a little look. He's trying to find that bomb, but it's more open than he was expecting. Clean on the first, Just not ready for that second guy. Very, very, very close. It is Viperio getting it over the line.
Yeah, I mean, much closer than they probably would have hoped there, but all that matters is that they lock it over the line. The only difference now being that what would traditionally be seen as a kind of a bonus buy for Viperio is actually a bit more of a full investment. They got kind of the rifles out. They haven't got a lot of money left in the back pockets of this round is to go south. So this triple Galil buy for the Viperio side a little bit more important than we usually assume in these third round affairs. Rebels, however, no issues. They ecoed into the loss. The M4s are on out. Try and make something work with it. Mango. Spamming the smoke. Nade will break it. Oh, Mango through the smoke though finds Kisarek. That's such an important opener. Kisarek falling, Viperio can now group together and start playing the body system.
It's pretty big. Pretty big for Viperio, setting the tone early on in this game. Then they are, for me, looking a lot more confident, a lot more comfortable. We caught them in their second game. It was against Guild Eagles. That's rough, isn't it? That is rough. So, and they still, there were moments where it looked like they had energy. I think one of the big things with a team like Viperio is they just have to make sure that they keep this kind of success up. Pandito will find another frag. So looking very good in this round, but I'll actually pull off of the A hit, thinking twice about it.
Zodi answers back on towards flayy, keeping the numbers in favor here, Viperio. For Rebels, the remaining 2 not looking too pretty. Casey Had an idea. Did find one, the low HP of Bandito. Zodi quick on the trade. And all that is left is one man. SNX. A lot to do and not a lot to work with than a 1v3 here. It wouldn't even be the worst decision in the world to play for kind of a save angle or exit frags here. A rifle's better than nothing for Rebels in towards the next round, but so far, not so good.
SNX sticking around. He's kind of leery for a fight, apparently, but they're not going to give it to him. They actually do need to hold on to some rifles, obviously, with how close the previous round came, so they have to play it smart on this Viperio side of things. Regan will go down. SNX is low, going to get followed up on, so, you know, best of a bad situation, I suppose. You do lose a bit of cash yourself, but you obviously deny all the guns away there, forcing a half-buy from Rebels.
Got to be said now, this is looking pretty decent early doors. Rebels side, I wouldn't mind a pause somewhat early. We spoke a little bit about this yesterday, of course, with their new coach, Sparrow. Man with a lot of experience under his belt, playing for some legendary teams, Kinguin, G2, AGO, 9, etc., etc., etc. A lot of experience. All I'm going quick, making a lot of noise. They'll hear all of this. Viperio know they've pushed through main. That was not quiet in the slightest. He somehow gets away with one. SNX, not quite as lucky.
Definitely an interesting kind of move. I suppose Rebels, you know, they are on that looser round, so... Ooh, neither here nor there. Smoke, not a brick wall, of course, remember. In case he goes straight through it, finds himself a kill, but still looking good. Viperio holding the line, remaining confident, not rushing the bomb plant, you know, just waiting to see how Rebels will respond. Still got a minute left, you know? Take your time if you need to and just sort of bait them out, confuse them a bit. You can see flayy, although only on the USP, has started to back off towards B. So we're now a bit more confident in the A plant. Flay's just going to hold on to his chest armor, I guess. There's not really anything you can do, is there? With 14 health, so it's fair enough. 4 rounds in a row for Viperio, then. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
For now, it has to be said that Viperio not breaking too much of a sweat in the early part of this game. You have to give it the caveat, of course, this being the T-side of Anubis, a map traditionally seen as T-sided. Rebels aren't really showing up so far, and in what potentially could be the last hurrah for them. They've got to try and find a little bit of form, but it's not to be at the tail end of round number 4. Zodi will see it off. The flawless start continues. Viperio absolutely flying today. ESL Pro League quals, may I say. 13-2 earlier against Sampi. And now 4-0 to start off in towards the second game. Only we had a little bit of this yesterday. Might potentially have been a side that we could talk about what the future could look like in towards tomorrow. It still is, but it would require some upsets in other matches.
Spamming away here. Nothing really coming off the back of it, just being annoying at the end of the day. A little bit of nade damage, but a slower start into this round, I think. Quite an important one, especially for Rebels. They want to make their presence known, get themselves on the board. As it is beginning to look a little problematic.
Mighty quiet. Mid-round. SNX up close, Zodi. Waiting for an overextension. Not a lot being offered up just yet, though. As the Molotov comes through, Casey forced further back on towards the B site. Ready now. This is starting to look pretty good. Viperio getting a decent amount of map control. With 40 seconds, they now molly, may I say, on a B. As that forced them away, SNX pounces, finds one, but traded quickly.
Looking good. Keeping it together here on the Viperio side of things, but they're moving in towards the A-bomb site. Pretty well defended. Got an AWP to get through as well. Play with a nasty, nasty shot. Mango trying to get the trade out, but flayy on the AWP is running rampant right now. They know that there's some presence in towards middle. MMS with a slow move does get one, but, you know, what can he really do without the support? And Viperio, they will fall flat. Beautiful round from flayy on the 3-piece.
Well, needed. Rebels absolutely had to get it off the mark sooner rather than later. That'll help. A little bit of confidence to speak of. Starts to have some sort of conversation about how they get back into this game. Viperio going to call for a pretty early attack pause. I mean, I guess their money has taken a bit of a knock, so I don't mind this. An opportunity for Pap, the coach, bit of a legend in the UK scene, to start trying to figure out what he can do to get back into this game. It's going to rally the troops a little bit. For Viperio, I'm assuming we're not going to see too much of a buy here. Only really Mango can buy. Bandito could get an AK. Full armor would be no util. I don't think those sort of risks are worth it. Maybe a half buy hit. Fully investing towards the next. However, yeah, speed too soon. I do. Triple Galil. Singular AK and a Mach 10. They are going to go for the full buy. It's a very risky one as well. Lose this. Eco in the next. And Rebels can start to close the gap significantly. It's going to be a tight game sooner than Viperio realize.
That is very, very true, sir. Definitely worrying here. But this is the opportunity for Viperio, isn't it? To bounce back. Show us what they are made of. We're talking about keeping the energy up and feeling, looking good. This is all a part of it now. The bounce back factor. Big catch from MMS as Casey goes hunting for info. Will be traded out, but they're here protecting each other, watching the same sort of sight lines. They net a man advantage, and you know what? Pandito is about to find that the A-bomb site is completely clear. Probably will call for the teammates. Unfortunately, they start going the wrong way. So this gets a little weird. How are they going to play around with this newfound information?
For now, as Mango finds Olymp. Looking pretty good. Bandito finds Kisserek, and everything's starting to slide into place. All that's left is flayy. Or anything about flayy as well. Of half armor, that Galil is actually even more precarious. Even the M4 as well. He's trying to save. No. flay's going for this. This is ballsy. Has to be set from here. Missed shot. No chance now. I'm assuming he maybe thought they were going towards A, so he's going to save over towards the B site. Not 100% sure, but in a 1v4, giving it a go, gotta give him the credit. However, it amounts to absolutely nothing, just losing the AWP. That means Viperio once again extend the lead to 4 rounds. And once again, dampen the mood in the Rebels camp. The economy not looking too great. Only really Kisserek can fully invest. SNX maybe a little bit for himself. Everyone else, not too good. But we just saw this. A force buy could maybe work in their favor. So maybe Rebels try and match them at it. And I think at this point where they're at a fair decent deficit, a risk or two isn't the worst thing in the world. Off the back of the pause, Sparrow's had a chat with the boys. Round number 7 commences 5-1 in favor of Viperio. And they're looking pretty damn smooth sailing right now. Not a lot has been, problematic really for this side.
Yeah, it's quite nice so far, and as said, that was a really important round to prove to themselves and to us if they could bounce back or not. And they do just that. Pretty nasty way to get themselves back in the lead for Viperio, looking like they should be able to find a 6th here as Kisserek is the first to fall. Nothing coming for Rebels thus far. So we definitely do worry for them, I think, if they're not able to get this next rifle round going, because this one does not look like it's going to get off the ground.
I think you're right. 4 remaining for the Rebels side, and a few Deegs to try and hit some pretty crisp shots to stay alive. I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's pretty highly improbable. That'll do it. Olym got util. He sees contact, he'll drop it, try and fall back towards the site, but realistically, as Casey is going to be met with a world of trouble in a second. Molotov on the corner, he can have to be pushed out in front of it as well. Toes are tickling in the flames. Not the welcome greeting he wanted towards the A site. There's more time for the rotations to come through. flayy sitting in the smoke too.
Oh my goodness, getting a little wacky out here. Oh, big shot from SNX. That's really going to throw a spanner in the works. flayy strikes, finds one, looking for a stronger weapon. Can't make it work, unfortunately. Does actually manage to get another one. It's all going to be down to SNX. He's 3 HP, though, dog. If he pulls this off, I really would eat my shoes. Not going to happen for him as Viperio once again weather the storm. But we've had some pretty tight rounds here.
Yeah, I think probably closer than really Viperio won, but fundamentally speaking, it doesn't really matter at this stage. Now a 6-1 scoreline. Viperio just kind of rocking and rolling with the punches. Rebels not looking too good right now. It has been a shaky one, to say the least. This is a map as well for the Rebel side. They've played twice, once within this qualifier, and they lost 13-8. Last time they played before that against 9 Pandas, tail end of the year. Lost 13-9. Yet to get a win on HLTV on Anubis, and unfortunately it's showing. Viperio, much cleaner in their actions. More precise in terms of what the playstyles are trying to accumulate to. Molotov in the corner is really good here. Molotov forces the AWP forward. flayy, as he burns, he falls away. But decent damage being done early doors to Casey, flayy, and Kisray.
Yeah, again, a great start for Viperio, looking better and better as the rounds go on, to be honest with you. So, what can Viperio get done from here? Zodi is patient, going to pay off. Wins the fight easily against SNX, who went digging to try and get something done in the round, get it kick-started. Unfortunately, ends up under the ground.
It's not game over just yet, though, for Rebels. Well, they may be low. This time ticking does always make me feel a little worrying. Just shy of 30 now. In they come towards the A site once again. Molotov towards back black. Casey playing into his back corner as well. He's waiting for the fight to come through. Pop flash in the corner. Kisray might try and go through. That's risky. The bomb might not be safely planted, but Regan holding. That'll give them security. Viperio now can set themselves up in a post plant. I don't think there's too much of a chance here. Maybe spoke a little bit too soon as flayy finds a kill, but even still, a lot of angles to clear and not a lot of time for a side of only 1 kit.
Yeah, not ideal, boss. Not ideal. They're going, though. They're going. Time ticking away. Nothing creeping in. Nobody taking any wide swings. They know now that it is low time. Big one from Regan, to be honest, to just seal the deal, honestly. And now making it out. The retreat. Oh, flayy gives it a good college try there, but unfortunately will go down. Viperio moving up to 7. This is impressive. This is really impressive, regardless of the level of the team or whatever. Just any caliber, 7-1 is a great T-side start.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking exactly the same as what we were kind of seeing from a bird's eye view on HLTV of Viperio against Sampi. They 13-2 that Sampi side, and right now they're on track to go just that one better here against Rebels with how well they are playing. Only we saw this Viperio yesterday. Could have had a real conversation about a secure spot in those best of 3s. Away, flash in the corner. Not a lot offering up here as well. I'm going to try and play behind that smoke, but again, Viperio happy to play with the pace, slow that tempo down, and kind of force the Rebel side to use a lot of the util, which they don't really have all too much. Makes retakes all the more harder. A minute 15 on the clock. They've barely moved, but they bait out quite a lot of util info out of the Rebel side.
Very quiet round here, with 50 seconds left on the clock. Viperio have Hardly made a squeak. Getting into position around A, though. Utility raining on in. They will quickly follow up behind it. We've flashed off the entries for now, so putting the brakes on ever so slightly. But deep mid control, they're ready here for that first strike to come in. It's Mango that was digging for a frag. He does indeed find it. And a perfect take from Viperio. Wow, it does not get much better than that, folks. Let me tell you. Playing brilliant Counter-Strike right now.
Oh, they want more. Like sharks, they smell blood in the water, and they're just making sure that nobody survives. flayy, all that's left, the AWP. And even then, it might not be too luxurious of an ending for them in terms of that save. The save is the best they get in this round as well. Viperio are going to extend the lead. 7 rounds, 8-1 as a scoreline. A commendable lead being put up here by a UK organisation. UK Premiership winners doing exactly what we sort of hoped in our considerably biased views. No complaints at all. No complaints. Money not great for Rebels. Buying around this AWP's going to be pretty difficult. Maybe a half buy in towards the next, a full buy after. It's a little weird. No, it looks like they're going to go the other way. Full buy in towards this round. If things go south, they eco the penultimate and buy last. It's a tough decision, though, for Rebels. Playing a eternal fight within the server against Viperio, but themselves, in terms of the funds and the playstyle, the mentality of the game. Nothing is slotting into place for this side. The AWP's gone aggro, though. Pandita's holding for it. Does flayy clear him? Mango needs to be careful. Gets picked off. flayy now going to check. He doubles away, drops a smoke, and first time in a long time we can say this is a good start for Rebels.
MMS. Slow swing. Nothing coming up for him, unfortunately. You know, Viperio in a position where they want to find a return frag. Oh. Utility's a bit rough here on towards B. flayy going to find another. Having a great round. Kisserek just insult to injury with the Deagles as they will not stop fragging, apparently. Pandito was this flanking presence, and you can see what he can do. 3 in quickly from him, but it's just too little too late in the end. And that's a steal from Rebels for number 2.
Yeah, definitely a round that we wouldn't really expect Rebels to be taken, but I think considerably better in terms of how they approached it. They've just got to take a little bit of onus upon themselves. Got to get into the early fights. The proactivity coming through from the Rebel side works well. They kind of catch Viperio napping. And you can see why attack pause has been called here. They're trying to, at least if you pap the coach, kind of wake up the team and say, that's a sort of round we never should be losing. Has given a bit of an opportunity as well over towards Rebels just to stabilize the ship a little bit. Like it was sinking at a rapid pace, but I'll be able to plug those holes into the tail end of this first half. 2 rounds on the board, an 8-4 half. It's not the worst in the world from what has been a pretty rough and tough performance on the Rebel side. To get 4 rounds out of the CT side, it's not the end of the world.
Early utility here, but Viperio definitely knocked a little, I think it is safe to say. Now they are playing quite safe in this round, and they have taken their foot off the gas the past few, to be honest with you. We saw a lot of very fast rounds in the beginning. But in all this silence, they have managed to get Zodi in behind. That's kind of crazy. Just got to be careful not to lose too many on the frontal attack, to be honest. You know, AWP comes into play once again as flayy is having a wonderful game, not just a few rounds. The highest fragger on the server right now. But yeah, this position for Zodi is really interesting, really useful as well. And honestly, I think completely overlooked. SNX a little curious and just catches the perfect timing on Zodi. That's so unlucky. If he wasn't crouched, I think he has a much better chance at finding that frag. Secondary AWP chiming in. Rebels have woken up here.
Oh, they have. Flawless round. to see off a third in their favor. And now, like we said, they can at least steady the ship a little bit. There is a buy to be had in the Viperio, but it's always actually pretty. Mango and MMS not doing too well in terms of the cash, so they're left with just the pistols until it's round number 12. There is at least something to be said here about Rebels at the tail end. 8-4 would be okay. They get a pistol. They can start pushing towards like an 8-6 scoreline. Before you know it, it's game absolutely on. I think it also shows why Viperio were calling for those, what looked like pretty early tack pauses, you know, losing around and calling a pause, but they know how important it is. Mango flying around the corner with the Tech 9, however. SNX caught, shocked, deer in headlights, fluffs his lines. Here's the opener.
Wouldn't this be a massive thing, mate? Wouldn't this be a massive thing? We'll see. They're going in fast. flay's here, though, and look at him go, man. He's so crisp right now. They're unable to deal with him. They're going to smoke him off and say, you know what? You can have that area. We'll maybe check somewhere else. And they're going to move away. Take a look towards B, or just a reposition towards A. Hard to tell, but they have, of course, given up the spot. It does look like it's going to be a B hit here, and Kisarek, he's ready. He's calling for the rotations. Oh, he's going to go unchecked as well. The kill onto Casey comes in. Pandito is on the ball right now. 2 very big kills to make this round look doable. Double AWP as well on the retake. Really not a great look for Rebels, but they're here fast is the big thing. Pandito going to go unchecked. He gambled on the fact that nobody would be moving in from the temple area. He gambled correctly, and a big catch at the tail end of the half. 9-3 in favor of Viperio. Is it enough for them to get their second win? We'll find out after the break.
The dust
Hello, everybody. Welcome back into the action here. Viperio looking to swiftly clean up Rebels and get themselves in contention for a playoff spot. Rebels, meanwhile, it's a battle for survival, right? If they lose this one, they are absolutely locked in to not make it through to those semi-finals and potentially Pro League in the end. A quick play out on towards A here. Through middle. Pandito in behind the pillar, looking good on the Julies, of course. Not the guy you want to meet. Not the guy with 16 kills already moving through into the second half. And the Julies, and the armor, and the headshots to go with. Absolutely wonderful stuff. A lovely pick from SNX, but it is all in vain. Viperio hit double digits, nice and quick.
Pandito is a different beast right now. 19-7. Off the back of that 3K in the pistol. That was so well played from him. Very, very aggro. Getting in their face. I mean, basically giving no room to even think of your Rebels. At a 10-3 scoreline, you surely can't start to make conversations at all about a way back in. Rebels, I mean, unfortunately, with no bomb plum, he's no buy here. Viperio should get an 11th. That's them 2 rounds away from the best of one in their favor. Molotov aptly timed here. And MMS can start to isolate the fight with the MP9. Really easily done, it has to be said. They tried to go quick towards B, and, well, Marco had other ideas. Molly comes down, MP9 finds a couple, and Rebels are forced just running around the map.
Well, if they could net a bomb plant, I think that would be a wild turn of affairs here, but it should be an easy secure for Viperio. The site's pretty well defended, and Regan finds the double, right? He's going to drop the bomb. Got a single kill coming in. Beautiful stuff. Something that Viperio did struggle with on that T side in the early stages was getting their economy rolling. A lot of very close rounds, so the fact that they're able to secure that one is probably a very nice feeling for them, and I think sets them up to have a lot of space to lose, you know. I think they'll be very happy. And, yeah, they're in a comfortable spot to take this, honestly.
I agree. Viperio. This is a bit more of a truer bonus buy. We were speaking about Viperio not being given that opportunity for a true bonus buy in the first half. Not that it matters. They still won out regardless. This one can play with a little bit of lesser weaponry. See what they can do. Regan drops an aid. Now, well, it did barely any damage. I think maybe that 1 point of damage onto SNX could have been enough in terms of info, because the rotation's been backing over it and they've pushed through B main already. So I think Regan alone has found out a lot. And they come through the smoke. Golem going to find the first somehow. Through that smoke, finding Regan with the MP9 up close in the molly. Not quite able to get a second.
Bit mental over here. Bomb going to go down. It's definitely not secure just yet, though. Rotations will be here quite fast. MMS has got himself a flank, but it's with the MP9. Not really the ideal weapon down there. That second smoke towards connector is pretty annoying, though. So we'll see at this stage. Yeah, I think they're just going to call it and hold for the exits. It does help for the buy in the next round. MMS especially can drop across, so not really much they can do here, and they'll be able to get a decent fight going into the next. And MMS, he makes himself some cash on the way out. Lovely stuff. They're all going to go down. I think that Molotov will certainly keep flayy at bay and make him an easy pick. Yep, MMS takes him. Lovely, lovely finds there at the end.
Yeah, gotta be said, as things go, you can take a real silver lining away from that. You know, you got your opponents coming in with much better weaponry. You're on a bonus buy with a guarantee of a buy towards the next round. The fact that they've made that so expensive is super important. You can see Rebels now kind of, you know, jumping around the idea to be going towards the AKs of full armor, but then having basically no util. There were a few of us have to drop in towards Galils just to pick up util for executes and post plants, and unfortunately, they ended up having more Galils than AKs. However, the Galil's good for the first. MS will answer back.
Nice pickup from Casey. Rebels setting themselves off to a good start on the T side then. Regan and Mango holding together. And there you go. Nets a double kill, bringing it back down to the 2 versus 2. Bomb going to get dropped. Low HP for Casey. I like this spot here. Regan getting another, and it's all going to be down to Casey, making a lot of noise. Does find the frag onto Regan. So we're resetting the game, getting that bomb down, but it's going to be hard for him, isn't it? A well-placed nade. Maybe even a strong breeze would be enough to deal with him. MMS. The slow upswing. And, well, Casey is just not considering this position at all, to be honest with you. Is the drop going to be there? He does give it a look, but MMS takes him down. And a big, big win for Viperio. Netting 12, nicking it away. Fantastic hold from Regan. He's had some great rounds thus far on the CT side from that pillar position in particular. And that might just be all she wrote. 8 in a row. Starts off with a very weak buy as well. You know, it's just looking insurmountable for Rebels.
It has to be said, it's been a pretty comfortable game of Counter-Strike. A pretty comfortable day for Viperio. Off the back of the 13-2 into what is now on the cards for a 13-4. The way they're playing, this is a side that can compete with some of the best. It's just unfortunate that we didn't see this level of Viperio yesterday. Either way, close this one out and they give themselves an opportunity. If it does come down to round differential as well, 13-2 and a 13-4 potentially would be very important if need be. Casey up towards Con here. That's an X in behind as well. SX might be a bit of a human flashbang here. Half armor and just a Tech 9. Might be all he goes for, but he's only going to find flayy.
Oh, could be messy, but no, they're going to hold strong. Looking good. One remains in the form of Kisarek. And he was kind of that lurking presence, bringing the bomb a bit later, and they've been held at bay here. Zodi will find it. A flawless round to finish it, and pretty much a flawless game the whole way through now. Really, really, really solid showing from Viperio today. They have obviously gone away, done their homework, and done a lot of learning after yesterday, and it has shown with a couple victories and a couple really clean victories here. Not quite...